Hi, and welcome to KatRen Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today I have a comic review for you guys. He's poking me. Oh, okay. That was sticking up, apparently. It was a bugging mark. So today we are going to be talking about Middlewest. So this is a brand new story from Scotty Young and Image Comics. I am not actually going to be going through this because this is the Scotty Young variant cover for it. And it's kind of gorgeous, and I kind of want to keep it gorgeous. But I also have the A cover. Also a really awesome cover. But diving on into the story, we get to see the Middlewest. And we get to meet a boy named Abel. And he's talking about how violent the wind is. And the fact that the wind hates him. And he hates it. And we get to see the wind is calling out his name and chasing after him. And the wind is hurting him and just terrifying until he realizes that it's actually a dream and that it was his father calling out to him. And we find out that Abel is actually a paper boy. And Abel should have been up 4 hours earlier in order to deliver his newspapers. So, me personally, I would look at this as, yes, the kid has a responsibility, but according to this is only the second time he's done this in 4 years, so maybe cut the kid some slack. But his dad, on the other hand, he takes it in a little more of an aggressive manner. And, of course, Abel hops to it. He's going to go deliver those papers. You know, it's 8:30 on a Saturday morning, but, you know, he made a responsibility. Made a promise, and he's going to live up to it. So here we get to meet Abel's fox friend. No, I do not know the fox friend's name. I wish I did. It does not actually state this in this comic. So, Scotty, include it in the next one.
Hey, wait, what does he say?
No, we're not doing that song right now. But the fox is once again saying, hey, you're late for your route. And, you know, going with him and actually delivering the newspapers. I love the fact that Scotty Young always seems to team up kids with animals in his stories. I think that's really a sweet thing to throw in. And once again, we get to see the wind is attacking him, and it actually blows quite a bit of the papers away from him. And he's upset. He's trying to do what he can to save these papers until he sees his friends. And his friends are asking him to go out with them and have some fun. I guess they're going to go to a general store in town. And Abel's saying that he's got these papers to deliver. And the fox is saying, hey, kid, you should go have some fun. Be with your friends. Besides, you can't really deliver papers that you don't actually have. And he agrees. He's going to go have some fun. And the fox is saying, good for you, kid. Good for you. So I love the fact that they're actually in, like, clearly a very small town in the Midwest is what Scotty is shown here. Because they're going to a small general store, which clearly the owner knows who these kids are. And one of Abel's friends doesn't have any money and wants a bunch of stuff. And unfortunately, Abel has an empty bag, and he convinces him to fill it full of stuff. And they're going to try to sneak out with it, which doesn't really go to plan when they get caught. So, thankfully, the store owner just decided to call their parents instead of pressing charges with the police or anything. And we get to see throughout the hours each one of his friends are getting picked up by their parents until clearly several hours later. So this was very early in the morning to dark at night, which if you know, in the Midwest, middle of the summer, it doesn't get dark early here. It's super late, clearly. And finally, his dad shows up. And his dad's not willing to talk to him. And they just sit in the truck in silence. And they get back home. And when he goes to go inside, his father refuses him and tells him that he's staying outside. because he decided to be a big man. He decided to go against his promise, against his word, and then he got caught shoplifting. So he's going to stay outside. And once again, his father gets very aggressive with him. As you can see here, Abel's actually afraid of his dad. And what could have just been them sitting down to have a conversation ends up in a fight, in which case I believe Abel's father took it way too far, and he actually states that it's Abel's fault that his mother left them. And when Abel tries to tell him off, he backhands him. And when he continues to try to tell his father off, something kind of strange happens. He turns into a tornado. And the same tornado from his dream that was calling for him and chasing after him, trying to hurt him, is once again chasing after him. And this time it's in real life. And even his fox friend is there. And he and the fox are running from this. They're running from the wind that's trying to hurt them. And they're looking for something faster than the wind, until they see a train. And they decide they're going to catch it. So you see as they're jumping across all of these different fences and diving through alleyways, and the wind is just tearing apart everything in its wake to try to get to Abel. And it actually touches Abel and it hurts him. But thankfully, Abel and his friends, they make it on the train. And once again, Abel is crying and in pain because the wind is so violent here and he hates it. And sometimes it feels like it hates him. And sometimes it feels like it might just blow him away. So definitely ended kind of sad. Honestly, just the whole family dynamic there clearly has some issues. But I'm really excited to see where the tale is going to go with Abel and the fox traveling together, because Scotty always has these really elaborate stories of children and animals going on adventures together. So I'm really excited to see where he goes in Middlewest and where exactly it's going to take me as a reader. I really did love the art throughout, especially I loved the use of the wind and the aggression of his father, how that was all shown off. I'd say my biggest criticism is tell me the fox's name. I want to know what to call this fox. But once again, I do really love Scotty Young books, so I'm definitely adding this to my pull list. So yeah, that's it for this episode of KatRen Figures. Give me a like if you like this video, comment below and tell me whether or not you picked up Middlewest and whether or not you enjoyed it like I did. Did you really like the art throughout like I did? Did you also have an issue with not knowing what the fox's name is? Because I always really like to know what characters' names are, even if they're animals, because, you know, awesome. Check out any of the older videos I have up for offer here on KatRen Figures, or if you feel so inclined, please do subscribe. And until next time, I'm your host, Caitlin. Bye.